When I make a sculpture, I deal with the material first. Then I try to inject my sensibility in it. I try to give a certain flavor to the sculpture. That's how I make color choices, for example. I see the importance of the choice of colors as changing everything inside the sculpture.
Chúc Trung Mải một năm mới hạnh phúc.
Dốc sang Việt Nam từ bao giờ và học cái
nhưng
gì?
mà cái ghế này em không biết phải ngồi như nào nhỉ?
Đấy, bạn ngồi như tôi này.
Kiểu học sinh ngoan ngoãn hoặc là kiểu bố già.
Hello. Ô kia. Hello. Hello. Các bạn ơi, tôi đang cảm thấy rất buồn.
Đấy, nguy hiểm, trượt, cắm leo, trèo, lên cá.
Yeah.
Cái này là tác phẩm vĩ đại. tôi có một bạn là Tháo, họ tên đầy đủ Thảo Táo. Người ghét bạn đó chỉ đuổi mà không thông báo.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching the fever pitch that's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your ship bare. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside your hand, but you played it to the to go. But baby, back in Cali is what you say.
دلی دارم من دختره افغانم من دختره ملک دلی دارم.
That's the first ever performance by an Afghan artist at the White House.
For me to convince them, but it was part of my plan. Everything was part of my plan since I was younger, you know, since I first went into high school and realized all the situation in Afghanistan, everything that was happening there. And as much as I was Canadian, I was also Afghan, and I couldn't turn my back on Afghanistan. I think the first paper ever to call me Afghanistan's Oprah was the Vancouver Sun. And that's what led to everyone else calling me the Oprah of Afghanistan. But it's a great...
The topics that you've taken on mean that your life is in real danger on a regular basis. Within Kabul, you travel with an armored vehicle. We know that there are certain online forums dedicated to tearing down what you're trying to build up. I think what Canadians want.
And you've had the business for 42 years. Can you talk about why it's been able to be successful?
Yeah, I was originally Canadian, and I had 30 people lent me $10,000 each, and I went to Australia with a view to building a business. And we were in many ways in the right place, the right time. We had some good fortune. The business has been quite successful. And as the business evolved, we got into other businesses. And I guess why have we been successful? I think we've been fortunate enough to be able to attract some very competent people that have been able to help us build a business that's multifaceted at this stage of the game, beyond what the roots were when we first started.
Bon matin, good morning. To receive the insignia of Member of the Order of Canada, Mark H. Rowswell. Mark Rowswell uses his extraordinary talents for comedy and language to build bridges of understanding between Canada and China. Dashan, as he's known by millions of adoring Chinese fans, is a cultural phenomenon, famous for his mastery of the complex art of zhangshen, a form of witty repartee.
Well, 2010 in Shanghai.
Yes, and you're also one of the most recognizable people on the planet because you are a huge superstar here in China.
Been working for about 20 years on Chinese TV.
Yes, and when you do a TV special, you get 1 billion people watching.
More or less. We lose count after about 900 million.
大山，
师傅，有何指教？
任何挑战无所畏惧，崭新福特车最强马力。
人生之路，操控您手。
According to her mother and father.
She has a home, and she is
familiar with your story. You grew up in Canada. Where'd you grow up?
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
I was working on a camera store on Bank Street,
That'll
downtown
do it.
Ottawa. And in my spare time, learned a few words of Chinese to freak out the Chinese customers when they came in.
Right.
And that sounded like a good gig. So
right.
I went to University of Toronto and took a couple of courses and then ended up majoring in it. And next thing I know, I have a BA in Chinese studies.
Okay, so then you came to China.
And I was at Beijing University, which is a big, prestigious university in Beijing. And a television station came to the university looking for a Chinese-speaking foreigner to host a TV show.
So you went on TV, and the first character you performed was named Dashan, is that correct?
First character I performed was named Dashan.
And that's why everyone calls you Dashan. Is that the way it works in China? Your first TV gig?
好像姓大的挺少的，这前面好像少了点什么似的。
大山是我在19年前，这已经将近20年了。19年前演的第一个节目，给我的角色叫许大山。后来就是因为这个小品里头这个名字呢就叫响了，大家知道哦，有一个外国人叫大山，慢慢把这个姓许给忘了。那个时候其实在上学的时候，最早在加拿大学汉语的时候呢，中文老师呢给我起了一个名字，按照我英语的姓给我起了一个比较中国式的名字，叫陆世伟。我回家给爸爸一看呢，他说你这个中文名字左右2个字，为什么中间加一个加减号？